I did a video yesterday talking about the Xbox Series X and S pre-orders selling out in Japan, and it's pretty crazy to think about because the numbers for the Xbox in Japan have historically been pretty terrible. But there really does seem to be some momentum for the console over there. Out of nowhere, really, because the Xbox One didn't do well over there. I showed some receipts on that in my last video, like the Xbox One X, for example, which is a very good console, by the way. Very worth the money if you have a 4K setup. It's a nice, decent gaming console that can do 4K. That only sold like 1,500 units on its launch. That's pretty pathetic. Let's be real. And I like Xbox. I'm not trying to dog on them there. But they do have some momentum going in Japan. And I'm starting to see, and I didn't see this and think about this yesterday, and I wish I had because I would have brought this point up. But BlackSageD over on Twitter pointed out something to me that I want to share with all of you. So here's this tweet by Inti Creates. They are promoting Galgun. So this is a video game series. It's very lewd. I have seen it in action. I've never owned one, but I do know somebody that plays it and it likes this game. And if you like these games, that's fine. I'm not judging you. Or maybe I am, but I'm kidding. Check this out, and this is pretty significant. I want you to take a look at this picture of the promotion. Nintendo Switch, Xbox, Steam. Do you notice what company is missing from this graphic? PlayStation. This is a Japanese developer. It's pretty interesting, especially when you consider that the game originally released on the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. It's kind of significant. Let me give you a little rundown here. Inti Creates has announced Galgun returns for Xbox One, Switch, and PC. In Japan and Asia, it will launch for Xbox One and Switch on January 28th, 2021. And PC via Steam in February 2021 for 5,800 yen. In the West, it will launch for all three platforms in 2021 via publisher P-Cube. The Xbox One and PC versions will be available digitally worldwide, while the Switch version will be available both physically and digitally. About the Xbox One version release, also, if you have an Xbox Series X, that game will work on the Xbox Series X. So you're essentially getting it for both platforms. Like if you don't have an Xbox One and you have an Xbox Series X and you're like, I wish I could play this, you still can. I just want to point that out. I'm pretty sure. I don't want to say, I don't want to confirm it because I honestly don't 100% know. But I'm pretty sure from everything I've read, I'm 90% certain that you should be able to play that on an Xbox Series X. I'm going to skip down a little bit because this paragraph is just about the special edition, which isn't the topic here. So listen to this, and then I want to point something out. Galgun Returns is a remastered version of the original Galgun, which first launched on the Xbox 360 in January 2011 in Japan, followed by PlayStation 3 with additional characters and PlayStation Move support February 2012. This is the first time the original Galgun will release in the West. Here's an overview of the game via P-Cube, and we don't need to go into that. It's a very lewd game. It's a very lewd game. The whole point is you like poke the girls and stuff and shoot them with squirt guns. It's I'm sure it's a very niche game that has a dedicated audience. In fact, I probably would bet money on that. But the point here is the game originally launched on the PlayStation 3. Well, it originally launched on the Xbox, and then it did come to the PlayStation 3. So the two platforms that it originally launched on, only one of them is getting it. Now, the interesting question I have here, and let me ask you guys and gals as well. Do you notice something here? This is a Japanese publisher not putting a game out on the PlayStation. I wonder if one of the reasons that the Xbox Series S and X are doing so well over in Japan is because I wonder if a lot of people are noticing that Sony is kind of censoring anime games. They do it in other games as well. Devil May Cry 5 comes to mind. Anybody remembers that thing with, I think it was with Trish's butt? They put like crazy sun glare on it. Looked like a J.J. Abrams Star Trek movie lens flare, like right over her tuchus. I thought that was kind of funny. And then you go, just a little search here. Rumor: are PlayStation censoring specific lewd content in anime games because of Tencent? You've got this one here. Sony is reportedly changing its standard for this type of content in new PlayStation games in response to the hashtag #Me200 movement. And then there's another one. Sony seemingly censors controversial game. And then you have one more, which is pointing out the hypocrisy, because everybody remembers The Last of Us Part 2 coverage. There's that scene with Abby. They fully take her shirt off in the game. There wasn't much there either. And there's a pretty hardcore scene between her and I guess her boyfriend at the end of the game. But you can't show anime booty. It's pretty strange. So I wonder if Japanese publishers are taking notice of this and if this will be a thing going forward. And maybe that might help explain some of the success for Xbox over there. It's just a theory. I don't know. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. But it is pretty undeniable that anime games, particularly anime girls, are censored when it comes to PlayStation. It's pretty much almost a fact at this point. And it's okay when they have their stuff, but you're not allowed to do it as a third party. And I always point this out, and it's very funny that Nintendo is offering more games uncensored than Sony. Anybody that remembers the 16-bit console wars can remember Mortal Kombat. Nintendo wouldn't allow blood in the game. But, what helped Sega Genesis get a foothold in the American market over here with that was, hey, come over here. You're going to get all the blood. You're going to get all the hardcore stuff. Nintendo is the baby console. That's the family unit. Come over here if you want real games, gamers. I wonder if that could work for Xbox in Japan. Imagine if they have like marketing, and if they're smart, they'll actually do this, and they'll put like anime girls all over the Xbox One or the Xbox Series X. Hey, it'd be smart marketing over there for real, and say you can't get this on Sony. You know what I'm saying? I think that would be a smart idea for them. But it's crazy because I think this is, and I could be wrong on this, so don't, take this with a grain of salt, but I believe that this is the first time I've seen a Japanese publisher snub Sony and just go with Xbox and Nintendo. Particularly Xbox. I think that's interesting. Though to be fair, they point out here that it came out on the Xbox 360 first back in January 2011, and then it came to PlayStation shortly after. I don't know how soon it came after later, but it's interesting to me. So I wonder, what is the future of Japanese publishing on the PlayStation? Because if Xbox really does take a foothold over there, it'd be really interesting to watch. And don't forget that Sony moved their entertainment division to California. So they don't even have their corporate headquarters over there anymore. They are very focused on the West and other markets right now. Anyway, that's pretty much it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your theories in the comments. What do you guys think? I'd like to hear from you. Also, throw a like up, share the video, make sure you're still subscribed. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that notification bell. Like and share the video as well is very important. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out.